Hi, I'm Ben Nichols, and I'm here to give a presentation on the crisis of homelessness in the United States. I want to thank my class and my professor for the opportunity to share about the crisis of homelessness in this country. I hope to spark conversation and action to all who hear this. The country has been in a continual decline. That is, especially within the realm of homelessness. As of December 2022, there are 582,462 people without homes in America. This number has likely increased since then, too. People are struggling to find affordable housing that is safe. There are people who just want to be safe and know where they will sleep the next night. So what can we do? Can we even help? And if so, how? I plan to inform and answer those questions in this presentation. There has been a growing crisis in the United States. A plague has latched onto the souls of so many in this country. This is a crisis of homelessness. Homelessness is the being without a stable form of housing due to socioeconomic reasons. Although homelessness has been an issue for a long time, it has become a growing concern in recent years. According to the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, there were an estimated 582,462 unhoused people. 348,630 of these people experienced a form of homelessness called sheltered homelessness. This might be through homeless shelters, economy motels, temporary family houses. However, these are not stable. The remaining 233,832 people experienced a form of unsheltered homelessness in which they lived on the streets. Although the estimated number of unhoused people has been higher in the past, this number is still alarming. So when we see over 500,000 people without a stable source of housing, we know that there is a problem. The estimated total of unhoused people since the Great Housing Crisis in 2007 has stayed relatively consistent. The highest total being in 2007 with 647,258 people, and then the lowest being in 2016, which is 549,938 people. So, however, this rate has only increased since then, and the current number has only increased due to the growing economic issues in the country. These might include cost of living, housing costs, we have increased tax rates, the national economic failure that might take place. So, oftentimes, these are issues on the state level. Each state has the opportunity to gain funding and use tax money in order to aid those who are in need and don't have a stable source of housing. However, we find that certain states don't do a very good job at this. The state with the largest total estimate of unhoused people in the country is California. Now, although California is the highest populated state in the country, we can still see that there are other factors at play in the homeless population. And according to the Public Policy Institute of California, or PPIC, an estimated 30% of unhoused people resided in California. As of December 2022, the state of California has a total estimate of 171,521 unhoused people. Now, this total is a 6% increase since 2020. And most of these people experience a form of unsheltered homelessness. In fact, they account for over half of the unsheltered, unhoused people in the entire United States. Now, that is an estimated 115,491 people. This is a serious problem. I mean, what is causing this issue? As stated earlier, there are multiple factors that can lead to someone being unhoused. Most are due to economic issues or economic reasons, one of these being housing costs. As of March 2023, according to California Associated Realtors, the median cost of a home in California is $791,490. This is $255,690 more expensive than the national median. And according to the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, it says, that was according to the Federal Bank of St. Louis. Not to mention, total taxation of California citizens can be up to over 50%. With such high taxation rates and such high cost of housing, it's hard for some people to afford living in the state of California. In fact, Governor Newsom ran on the word that he would help and aid those who were in need. He would help and aid the homelessness crisis. But look what happened. It increased. And what are these tax dollars going to? I mean, why haven't there been more? Why hasn't there been more affordable housing and shelters in order to help the unhoused get reestablished? It seems like the promise of aid to the poor and homeless really meant aid to political figures and donors. The state of California is a prime example of how much an issue homelessness is in this country. In the last 20 years, there has been virtually no change. Why is there an increase of promises, but no increase in results? Why do we stand around while this happens? There needs to be a major change. Not only in policy, but in the heart also. Our mindsets and stigma towards unhoused people needs to shift. I have witnessed many people say simply, homeless people are just lazy, or they should just go get a job. However, it's not that simple. There are too many factors at play with homelessness for you to just say, get a job. And in saying that, what can we do to fix this problem? What can we do? The need for action is long overdue. But what actions should be taken? Well, for starters, we change our minds on unhoused people. We should always be understanding of unhoused people and their struggles. Most of the time, they have no control over what caused them to lose their homes. And next, we need to rightly use tax dollars for their intended purposes. Too often, tax money is used and wasted on very useless things, such as stadiums and arenas. And these tax dollars could be used better by building homes and programs that are intended to aid unhoused people. Next, we should rally together to aid unhoused people. This would be done outside of government issue. This is a great way to come together as a community and a country in order to help those in need. The most important thing that needs to be done is fight for grants, fight for funding. This would be for the creation of safe and affordable housing. And most unhoused people just want to know that they and their families are safe from crime, from weather, and from sickness. Most of the unhoused people in the country are unsheltered, which means they're exposed to harsh climates of nature and society. We need to realize that unhoused people are just that. They're people like you and like me. Now, but they are in need in a way that we aren't. So I beg of you, please don't forget these people. Please. Don't just simply say that they're lazy or that they're freeloaders. See them as people who are in need of help. The basic necessities that we all have are not granted to them in the same way. They don't have the stability like we do. But with interaction, the continual movement downward will cease. We can give them, these unhoused people of the United States, a way upward. We can give them a means of self-reliance, and we can give them a hope that will never die. I want to thank you guys so much for the time and the respect to listen to my presentation on the homelessness crisis in this country. I really hope that it sparked some interest. Maybe I informed you about something you didn't know about, and hopefully you guys will, do something about it. And I'm so thankful for all your time, and thank you. Bye.